Okay, welcome back. Hey, today we're going to be tying a hare's ear wet nymph that is weighted. Starting with the hook is a Mustad 3906 wet nymph size number 12. Going to use some Danville 70 denier and the lead, actually it's lead free round wire 020. Start with placing the lead onto the shank of the hook. Just place it on the rear of the fly, give it a few wraps, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the shank of the hook there. Helicopter it off, spin it all together. It's a little stiff for this lead free stuff, but it works out if you take your time with it. You want the weight right in the middle of the shank of the hook. Start your thread on right behind the eye. Wrap it back a few times. Press that lead up against it. Wrap it right in behind the lead-free wire, I should say. Wrap your thread back. Cut away your tag in. Take your thread back to the top of the shank of the hook. About like that. Now we're going to tie in just a little small tail using this hare's mask. The hair that we're using is right up around the eyebrow. You can see different texture hair, different part of the face here. This is a little more coarser right around the eyebrow, so we're going to take just a little pinch of it. And when you cut it away right at the base of the hide. The reason you want to do that is you're going to get all this fluff from the base, and you're going to use that as dubbing. So take your guard hairs, pinch them in your fingertips, and pull all the fluff out that you're going to use for dubbing. And now this will be your tail, these little guard hairs. Take that thread, just put it right at the top of the bend of the hook. You don't want your tail to be very long, just about half the shank of the hook. Lay it right on top, grasp it, give it a pinch, pull it down. Don't cut your thread on the point of that hook there. Give it a few wraps. It looks pretty good. Cut away your excess. Tie it in. Now we're going to add some copper wire. Copper wire is something I salvaged from an electrical motor a while back. This was at a printer. Lay the wire right up against the shank of the hook. Wrap it in backwards to the base of that tail. And now we're going to add some dubbing. The dubbing is the fluffier part of that hare's mask hair that you just snipped off. About like that. Just take it, mix it around in your hand a little bit. Take the guard hairs. You want little guard hairs in there, a little fluff, everything all mixed together. Take some wax. This here is some 100% beeswax that I get from a place I buy my raw honey from. Don't want a overly sticky wax, that's why I'm using that. And now I'm going to dip my finger into a Dixie cup. I got just a little water in the base of the cup. Rub my fingers together just to get them damp. And take that dubbing that you just mixed up in your hand, spin it on the thread, nice tight noodle. Get a little more on there because you want enough to go up in front of that weight, the lead-free weight, I should say. Alright, go ahead and spin the noodle nice and tight onto your shank of your hook there, up over the lead, right to the front. Take your copper wire, counter wrap it the opposite way you just wrapped that on there. Trying to keep your spaces are rather even. I'm going to do about 4 wraps. Tie it off. Like that. Helicopter the wire. And now we're going to add some turkey as a wing case. I'm going to take, let's see here, about a 1/4 inch. For this fly, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And I'm going to cut away it off the feather. So now I have about that thick. I tie it in with the shiny side facing down, so when I flip it over, the shiny side is up. Tie it in with the tips facing forward. Lay the turkey right on top. I found it easier if I just grasp it, press it down with my thumb a little bit. Tie it in, wrap it back. You want, oh, my thread is getting away from me here a little bit. Got to spin that up. You want a rather large wing case on this, so let's go back a few wraps and then we'll go forward. That looks pretty good. Let's cut away that excess. Tie that down just a little bit, hide that. Here we go. Alright, wrap the thread back. Now we're going to add some dubbing. Spin that thread up again. Now, this Hare's mask Hare is going to be the spiky hair. A little bit of the guard hairs and a little bit of that fluff mixed all together. You want it to be a little more spiky because now you need some legs in there. Take your wax again, wax it up, dip your finger once again in that Dixie cup, dump some on there. It doesn't necessarily need to be a real tight noodle this time, but you want a nice thick noodle, about like that. Wrap it on. Take your turkey, wrap it right back over top with a wing case. Tie it off. Oh man, that wasn't good. Broke that. Shoot. Alright, now that I just broke that thread, let's see if I can repair it. Start the thread back on. Right in behind the eye of the hook. Alright, now you got 2 little tag ends you need to cut away here. Alright, let's take that turkey, lay it right over top of the top of that fly, press it down with your thumb, tie it off, pull it back, wrap it in behind the eye, take your nice little needle point scissors, cut everything away. Get a few more wraps, build up a little head. Take your whip finish tool. Give it a whip. Cut that thread away. See how that looks on top there. That actually looks pretty good. Now what you can do, you can just pick out a few little hairs on the side for your legs. I don't like to go too crazy here, just enough to have a few legs showing there. Now before I add any glue to it, I'm going to clean up that eye just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to add some of this solar res to the top of the wing case. And the thread. I noticed if I use the Sally Hansen, it kind of turns it weight a little bit. I don't want to do that. I want to kind of keep it as, I guess, natural color on that turkey if I can. Wrap it around the thread. I'm going to give it just a little more of the solar res on my bodkin to get the bottom of that thread. Alright, here we go. You hear the wind outside. It's a very windy day, that's why I'm not out fishing. But there you go. Hope you like this fly. It's a very effective fly. It's been tied for many years by a lot of good fishermen. It's been very effective. So cure it. The way the solar res is nice and hard on the wing case. And there you go. Got yourself a weighted little hare's ear nymph. You've seen me in the years past tie up a hare's ear wet fly, but this is just the that version of the fly before the wings hatch. Alright, hope you like it. If you do, give me a like, give me a subscribe, tell me what you think about it. Take it fishing, and brag to me the biggest fish that you caught with it, or something like that. Whatever. Alright, take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.